What's up, everybody? It's your one and only Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you once again to another San Diego Comic Con extravaganza. Joining me today is my very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mega J Retro. Jay, how you doing, man?
I thought we did this already. Didn't we just do this?
It's a few hours ago for anybody who was there chilling with us. Yes, we can never get enough of hanging out and talking.
No kidding.
We jumped on early.
Especially right now. This is absolutely nuts. My goodness, Jeff, like lots of things. Nothing stops. Every single day this week, it's just been reveals after reveals, pre-orders after pre-orders. I am poor. I am absolutely freaking stinking poor right now. This is dumb. This is just dumb.
It has been really, it's just like the wallet is just being beat down, like Steve Rogers fighting Iron Man in Civil War. Just like
crazy. Out of curiosity, have the two exclusives that were dropped earlier, like about 5 minutes ago, have they sold out already, or are they still available?
Let's take a look. Let's see. All right, so we have the Fire Team 788 to supplement your His Tank crew, and then we've got Tripwire. So let's see. I feel like this army builder is going to ship on December 1st, so you can get your holidays started off real fast. Still available. Not sold out just yet. And Tripwire classified series, he's number 78. It's weird keeping track of this. I'm trying to do a checklist on my site, and it's just all over the place because of the random order in which they release these guys. Still tripping on the fact that he comes with a rat. That's wild.
That is just so weird, because I'm guessing it's because he's maybe using it to sniff out bombs or something like that. Like, I don't know the full story behind Tripwire. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that's something more that Airtight would do. So here are the other reveals that we saw yesterday. They're now up for pre-order. Doesn't look like any sold out, including my man Luke Cage, Power Man himself. And all this is set for December 1st. So that's not actually going to happen. Might be like next month, where it's like, surprise, everything we thought we had coming out later is actually here right now. So lots of stuff still here. Doesn't look like anything sold out. What have you ordered so far today?
I did order that the Fire Team. I did order that because it's going to go well with His Tank, right? I mean, it's the whole theme of that's running. And I did get Tripwire. I barely know anything about him, but he looks like, he looks like that. What was that movie? Like
Hurt Locker.
Yeah, the Hurt Locker. Yeah. Jeremy Renner. He looked really good there. You know what I mean? So I was like, and the rat. I was like, what's with the rat? I was like, there's a rat in there. What's the
deal with the rat?
I just, I was like, all right, I'm in. I'll just grab him and I'm in. And but I'm loving the Peter Parker. Peter Parker is boss, I got to tell you, because like he's looking. I just don't like the fact that they've put him behind a two-person set. That's bugging me.
It's one of those things where it's like, you guys really don't have to do that. And I think if maybe there's a different second person he was packed with, Smythe looks all right. I mean, it puts some actual detail into him, but it's just kind of an interesting choice to wrap up, from the sound of what they were saying, this set of VHS Spider-Man figures. So he's got his little gill wings here going, his protrusions on his shoulder. And it's kind of interesting because he could kind of fit in with comic book style, but sort of not. So if you're not that discerning on how he looks, he probably can fit really well. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, hey, this is Don Johnson, Peter Parker in the building here. I just need to find somebody to stand in for Philip Michael Thomas. We can do the whole thing, and I can start queuing up the Miami Vice theme.
I've always felt that there need to be more civilian clothed superheroes. Like they should just. Here's something I think, and I don't know what you think about this idea, Jeff, but I think that they should just do an entire line of civilian themed superheroes. Their alter egos. Just make it the alter ego line. I honestly believe that would actually be a decent seller. Right, but what you do is you gang them up a little bit, because you got to make it a value pack, but then reduce the price just slightly, because then it entices people to buy these things. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. You have Clark Kent, Lois Lane, what's it called, Lex Luthor, right? Who else? You could put
Olsen.
Yeah,
My kid.
Yeah. What's it called? Perry, right? Perry,
Yeah.
right?
Steve Lombardi. There's
Yeah.
so many people you can do.
You put the entire what's it called? Call it the Daily Planet set with Lex Luthor, right?
And the Globe.
Yeah. And you know what? That'll be take the price down just a bit, right? Like give it added value. Maybe include a Build-A-Figure or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? And I think you would have a winner there because there are so many customers out there who really want to just decorate, their scenes.
Exactly, their sets. Yeah.
See, that's what it is, right? I think that will be a really great set. And you know what? If anybody's going to do it, it's McFarlane. McFarlane's is going to want to take a risk on that. So I don't know. I might just shoot Todd an email, just like shine up the bat symbol and say, hey, relax on Batman for now. Don't worry about Batman. Batman's good. Batman's good. Let's just get Bruce Wayne. Let's get Bruce Wayne. Let's get Dick Grayson. Let's get, Barbara Gordon. Let's get, Commissioner Gordon. Let's get all the civvies. All the civvies. Yeah, Alfred. We'll get all the civvies. We'll get the whole family. We'll get everybody. It's crazy.
You know what I loved about that last DC, right before they handed the reins over to McFarlane, they did a DC Multiverse line with actual superior articulation for once, and they included an Alfred, but they gave him all the various head sculpts of the actors who played Alfred over the years, and it was such a great set.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It was like, wow, this is such a cool little feature they threw in there, and I loved it because it was like, whoa, you guys could do this so often, and it will work so well. There wouldn't be a problem. I'm trying to see if I actually reviewed that figure back in the day. Yeah. So this is what it looked like. Pull it up there for you. But yeah, like he had this, and this, you can see it really well here.
Oh wow.
So
yeah,
that's your Batman Returns.
Oh yeah.
Right here, you've got the TV show Alfred. When this was the Stranger, I believe, from the Outsiders, or right before they shifted over to Forever Evil in the New 52 story. It was like, wow, what a great set. So I would love to see some creativity in them doing something like that, because I think that's a really easy way. You can always use a guy in a butler's outfit. You can always throw in dudes with suits, and that works just fine. And this Peter Parker with his, t-shirt and jacket, that works really easy too. So I think that's really something they could do.
Absolutely. Some really great reveals today at the G.I. Joe panel, Jeff. Like, crazy stuff.
Let's see who's in here with this chilling. Kindred, what's going on? Skew Raiders in the building as well. Frankie Rivera, Ryan Daly, Afton Childs here. Skyfall, what's up? The Looster, Jericho Savage, Ray Black, RC, Yo Joe, old IT guy. Oh man, Mecha Man Blade.
I'll go to Mecha Man Blade.
Yeah. Yeah, no sleep for Jay. He is always on the job here. Always. Joe Barrett, what's up? Just finished ordering Tripwire and the His Fire team. Double J sounds like a good deal at a local dispensary. Cheers to that one. Both are still available. I think they've done such a better job where we're not having to panic every 5 seconds. Like, oh no, the first 2 minutes are gone. Everything's sold out. And I think it helps that the Army Builder pack is a 3-pack. So it's not a $24.99 set. So it's like, do I have $80 to spend on this 3-pack? So I think that's helping, because think of that price a little bit more than what you should. But they have really cool accessories. So I guess that covers it. Gnome Ski, what's up? Jurassic Joe is in the building as well. Marbeer, Modern G.I. Joes is the most boring collection ever. Pass for me. Glad for those who like them. Oh, man.
Shots fired. My goodness.
Explosions. Watch out, Tripwire.
Yep.
Northern Nomad. Got to get Power Man and Blade. They're still there. I mean, everything that they said, they released the Hounds, pre-order windows open for everyone, and everything's still there. Cool Ray. My order won't go through. Anybody else keeps getting that?
No, that's not good. Oh my gosh.
That's really
try going to incognito, Cool Ray. Sometimes your cache will block it. So try going to incognito mode.
Mecha Man Blade, it is amazing to me that the Transformers are such consistent sellouts where I'm like, I don't even know who this character is, but it's sold out. And it's like, the Transformers fan base is amazing. HasLabs come through 100% of the time.
rabid, just a rabid fan base. They cannot get enough of they cannot get enough. It's absolutely insane, and they're not even I think those were San Diego Comic Con exclusives, right? I think
Yeah.
those are just absolutely nuts. Who
All right,
got,
you were playing. This helped me out here. He said they trained rats back in the day to find bombs, and they were too light to trigger them. I can't stand mice or rats, so I'd have to have tripwires stay far away from me if I remember the highly elite special trained mission force that is G.I. Joe. But thank you for that. That's really cool information. And tripwire seems like somebody who's klutzy and clumsy in the comic books. You might have a pet rat hanging around him. How about that, Vamp? Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's crazy.
Jay, this one's for you.
Mega J, does anyone know when they're going to do the pre-order sales for Chuckles? So, brother, you need to be there, bro. You need to be there. You need to have that code. There are guys right now who are sharing codes, but literally as soon as they put them up, people are like, "Bang! I got fast on those fingers, man." Yeah, forget about the phone. You're not going to get it to the phone. You got to get on a keyboard and just go crazy. You got to go crazy. I don't know, bro. If somebody offers me a code, I'm happy to share. But here's the problem: it's a one-use time code only. So the moment it's used, it's over. It's
gone.
It's really just a luck.
The boys once said.
Just a luck. But you know what? Having said that, though, Jeff, these are like he's gonna come out. They're gonna do like just before PulseCon or during PulseCon. They're gonna say, "All right, here is the Hasbro PulseCon premium members. They get the 1 hour ahead." And then everybody else, you get to come in afterwards and take up the dregs. You know what I mean? That's gonna be how that is. That's gonna be how. Remember how fast? Who was it? Torpedo? He was gone. No, not Torpedo. It was one of the.
Serpentor?
Oh no! Well, the last round of GI Joe pre-orders. I think it was like the bats. The bats sold out before
the Arctic bat or the eels. Either one of those. They sold out.
Fast. They sold out before it even got to the public. It was like Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. Hasbro premium member exclusive only. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts.
So if you ever doubt that $50 is worth it for those exclusives for G.I. Joe, if nothing else.
You know what, Jeff? I had to do it. Like because I started doing the math, right? Because I checked out how much it was going to how much the Dragonfly was going to ship up here.
$16. So what was it for you?
No. I have a cross border situation. I ship it to New York, so it was $16, right? And I'm like, okay, what's that? So then I looked at another order, which was like a regular order, and it was like $10, and I was like, you know what, $50, $16, another $15, another. You know, I was like, by the time I hit six figures, I'm actually okay. So. And the thing is, I know coming up, I'm going to hit this exclusive. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to get it. It gets me in line ahead of time. And, you know,
exactly.
And I'm in Canada. So you know, that's kind of, I ain't got no skin in this game. I really don't. Right. But it's what it is.
And then they get that bonus for you with those Pulse Premium days or weeks where it's like 35% off because I'm a member.
Yeah.
It really pays for itself. And I'm definitely not hey, sign up for this membership, but I think in this case it's a real winner.
Yeah, I have to agree. I was totally against it at one point, and I'm like, at this point, I just want to get the figures. Just
yeah, and it pretty much guarantees you for the most part. What up, frustrated fan sports? Joe, my 2 favorite toy tubers. That's amazing. Thank you. I'm calling my rat Splinter, says Joe.
Oh my goodness.
Says, that 2-pack is annoying.
Yeah, you know what? I really wish I hope they put out another Peter Parker in a different color. I'm hoping for something like that.
Here you go. Bobby Eldridge says Peter Parker would have been perfectly packaged with the lizard. That's a really good call.
Right? It's like they want to just dump a figure on us. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be a new Warriors fan, and they think they're doing you a solid. Here's justice.
Oh,
I'm going to be talking about that for a while. Just so salty on that.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness, just nuts.
James Morrow, Order the Fire Team. That puts the Hiss SMS and Hiss Techno figure. That plus the Hiss SMS and Hiss Techno figure will make a great 3-piece Hiss team. Congrats to Hasbro. More ways to milk the Hiss tank success. Isn't that smart? I mean,
they know what they're doing.
This thing worked, and we're going to do another lap, a victory lap, and get you guys to buy some more stuff from us.
They know what they're doing. And you know what? In today's reveals, the one thing that everyone was like, please put it in the package, please send it to, give it as a bonus tier. Guess what? It finally showed up, right? I mean, like it finally showed up. But yeah, a lot of great people in the house. Thank you guys for being here this afternoon. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys. This has been a great San Diego Comic-Con so far, Jeff. Wouldn't you say?
It's been insane. There's so much stuff that I have on my list of like, I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna need that too. And some of this stuff I may have to break my code of waiting till clearance on it. Because it's like I'm sitting behind my gate of no, wait, be patient. I'm hearing Yoda in my head saying, patience, you must learn patience. I'm like, I don't know. I have to go. Gotta help them. Gotta help Hasbro.
My friends need help. They might die. If they believe in the cause, if they believe in what is just, then you must honor the memory.
I was like, Yoda, that's terrible advice.
Come on, Yoda. I don't want to enjoy this from afar. I want to enjoy it.
Right. That's why he was all alone by himself in that cave. Sci-Fi Tsunami says, Emily said their goal is to bridge the gap between retro and modern. Well, what character is more perfect for that job than my favorite Joe, Sci-Fi? Flash.
Yes.
But yeah, Sci-Fi is pretty cool too. And I love this color scheme and this whole thing with Low Light. Come back on Amateur Night, clowns.
You know what? I have a funny. I just hope they don't do something stupid where he starts looking like Master Chief, and where.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty much a Joe when they were starting to go, what's a futuristic design? And I think his futuristic design works just fine for 2023 or 2024 when he comes out.
He's fine. He looks great. Leave him alone. It's the perfect design.
Jurassic Joe is not feeling the Marvel reveals.
That's okay.
Randall says, G.I. Joe Classified line, just shut up and take my money. It's kind of like that.
It's pretty much that. We're at that stage.
Medieval Alchemist says, hello all, G.I. Joe Classified won the con. I mean, they had, I feel like with their reveals, their name announcements, like
so many. Oh my God. I couldn't, when it's like, how long, like, do we have enough time for this panel? Like, it was like drop after drop after drop after, I was like, seriously? And then I'm like, vehicles? You got vehicles? Like, it's not a bike. No, it's it's a freaking Jeep. I was like,
Ryan Daly just dropped a little bit of news to us here. That Mutt and Junkyard is actually on display.
Oh.
And I got to go try to track. There we go. Oh my gosh, Jay.
Where is it?
Jay, I'm about to pop this up.
Lay it on us, Jeff.
Man,
lay it on us. I got to see this.
This I've been waiting for so long. And they look great.
Oh, he looks
Mutt
awesome.
I mean, it's a perfect head sculpt for Mutt.
Oh my
this
God.
guy looks sufficiently annoyed and irritated at the whole world. It's my portrayal. And Tripwire looks great.
Yeah,
too.
Tripwire looks cool too. But
they did a really
Junkyard
nice
too. Junkyard just looks so great. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
This is like the team Mutt and Junkyard hanging out and Tripwire trying to ferret out all this stuff.
Yeah. He's gonna send his little. He's gonna. It'll be funny if you put the rat on top of Junkyard. That'll be hilarious.
Put the rat in Junkyard's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh look, he's got two different head sculpts. So he's got the wide open mouth, and then he's got this. Oh man,
that is awesome.
This line understands, and he got a little vest for him too, so
that's
Buzzer
cool.
Can't rip him up this time.
Yeah, I know. Mutt's got to hold him back.
Yeah, he looks really big too. Oh,
that is really cool.
Perfect.
You can get some really cool shots with that too, because the problem with Junkyard sometimes, like any animal, is that they can't get on their hind legs without falling over. But now you can have Mutt just holding him. Right, and then he's like lunging at somebody, and Mutt's like, come on, Junkyard, you stupid dog. Oh, that is awesome.
The joke in the comic is that notice the one wears the muzzle, the one holding the dog. So yeah, I love this head sculpt for him. He's got the hairy arms too. This is just,
oh my God.
I don't know if I could have envisioned Mutt looking any better than this. It's just awesome to see.
Is that Lenny? I'm thinking that's Lenny holding on to it. That is just awesome. My God.
It's fun because I feel like Lenny is us. If we were in charge of the figure line, and it's just like
Lenny's Lenny's like us. He was playing in the sandbox with all these Joes. You know what I mean? He was building little castles. He's one of us, man.
He had the sofa cushions out building Cobra forts for the Joes to invade and tower. Man, that Mutt is fantastic. It's like he's got the non-colored GoPro, but wow. That's awesome.
It is just great.
So happy to see that in the line. Thank you. Oops. Thank you for that heads up, Brian. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That's freaking great. Oh my God.
Sci-Fi Tsunami says, I'm not getting into classified until they release sci-fi. Oh man.
Liar. Don't be lying. Don't be lying.
James says, hey geeks, anyone hear anything coherent on Crimson Strike Team Baroness? Well, let me go to Strike Team Baroness.
Actually, Crimson Pro, it was officially announced, wasn't it, Jeff? I mean,
it was, and they showed some pictures. Darn it doesn't look like they have panel pictures.
Head to share Instagram, Chaz the Guru. He's got all the panel pictures, all of them. He's got all of them.
Friends at Toy Arc / His Tank actually had them too. There we go. Just had to find it in the big album that I had here. So here is the funny part. Baroness has new arms, so she probably has better range than the classic original vintage version of Baroness. So
oh my God.
Good news for everybody who waited. And she comes with 2 additional head sculpts, and these hair sculpts are actually swappable. So if you like this look for and want to have the smiley face with the more, straight up head sculpt, you can swap them. And she's got a crimson mask deal, which is kind of weird. It's got some glasses, some red glasses, and a gold mask kind of thing. This almost kind of qualifies her enough to be a different character for me, and which is more of a reason for me to pick up this pack. But I'm kind of interested in how they did Baroness. She turned out pretty cool, and like I said, they're actually going to give her a new arm piece. I can see, I think, double jointed elbows there. The other one did not have that. So this is just a better take on Baroness all around. And, of course, that raises the question, are we going to get Baroness in her classic attire soon? But look at this alternate head sculpt here. This mask looks wild, and definitely a different look for her. You can really fudge her into being a different character. This is more of the smiling one. I have to tell you though, I'm still not sold on this whole Crimson Strike team, because I feel like if Baroness is teaming with anybody doing some sneaky stuff behind Cobra Commander's back, it's gonna be Destro, not Tomax's Haymon.
There's some love triangle literally a love triangle going on here. It's some really risque business, I got to tell you. Right. There's some Baroness is he's getting it on with the twins, man. Let's get some weirding out stuff. But you know what? I think it's more of a what's it called? I think it's more of just going out on your own kind of situation. I don't think it's anything, because I know what you're saying. But Destro, we have seen Destro and the Baroness have problems before. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not like they're the perfect couple in the galaxy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on around the side. So a lot of things happening. So I mean, just glad to see these guys, and wow, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, James is totally regretting not backing the Hiss now. And I think that's exactly what they want. Everyone who didn't get it to have a super buyer's remorse. I wonder how long it'll take before we see a different iteration of the Hiss. They made so many different variations of it. So I'm wondering if it'll be like 4 years from now, here's the Hiss 2 or Hiss 5 or whatever. Like, they're going to have to bring out another one eventually for everybody who's like kicking themselves like James for missing it in the first time.
Absolutely. Like unfortunately, James, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. If you want something, you think you're going to need it. Like, it's not just FOMO, brother. It's the real deal. You gotta know what you want. That's at the end of the day is the way you have to think about it. But at the same time, it's gotta work for you. If it doesn't work for you, then it's not something you should be doing. Jeff, I actually touched up one of the pictures here. Want to see if give it a little bit more color. See if. So yeah, this is probably what they're going to look like, because the other one was so blown out. I just wanted to see how these guys looked up a little bit closer. So yeah, if there are any pictures that we want to see a little bit more closely, I think I like this set though. What is that?
Kind of like the gold with them.
Oh man,
it's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's all over it's like the gold. I love the golden guns You know what I mean? Just
Yes.
crazy. What
The
is that?
twins with the golden guns.
Yeah. What is that? What is that snake? Is that the Baroness's snake? Like that cobra at the top?
I am pretty sure that's what came with her with the bike, the Cobra Coil.
Yeah. But this one's a little bit different. It's got
Looks a
like
little
it's got
darker.
ridges or something. It's got some it's got spikes because the other one I think was more smooth. And she's got a face mask too, eh? So that's
Uh-huh.
some sort of golden mask. Like that's yeah. There's a lot of world building going on here. There's a lot of world building going on. So
Yeah.
it's very surprising. You know, I'm very excited by what we're seeing now. This one is going to be a PulseCon exclusive, which is going to happen. When is PulseCon this year? Has that been confirmed yet?
September 22nd.
Yeah. So
Here's that Baroness old Cobra
oh, so
Coil.
it is yeah. So it is exactly
That's
the same.
that.
Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. So it's exactly the same.
Looks
Crazy.
like two new Uzis, or at least Uzis that are unique to these two. And Baroness does have those holsters that from back in the day with her original figure.
Yep.
And it doesn't.
Yep.
I don't see the guns that she had for that, which is
No.
interesting.
Well, you know what? For a pack like this, which is just one of those exclusives, they're not going to really build out completely new sets.
Oh, yeah.
These are probably all, except for maybe like the head sculpts and the things like that. I think that most of this is just going to be reuse because this has to be fiscally responsible of them. They got to be able to recoup all the money at the
And
end.
they've
Of the
got
day.
gold stands too, which is different for them.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I didn't even notice that until you just pointed that out.
Oh yeah, so we've got a lot of stuff in here.
What are these tiny things here? What those are?
I can't see on that.
No, they're these tiny little. Is that her stand only? Maybe she has to put something on top of there. Maybe it's for something else because the Crimson Twins don't have that. That's weird. Or maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe it's just a glitch in the Matrix. I don't know.
It's something that chuckles through in there just to mess everything up even further for him.
Absolutely, yeah. That would really, it would complete that storyline. Whatever Chuckles was doing.
Oh yeah, did you see the package where he had like the briefcase? So like a meta deal where it's like, here's the briefcase that Chuckles is stealing, and you can have it in your hands to wallop any Crimson Guardsmen. I'm gonna kind of need them to reveal another rack of Crimson Guards because it's, those are kind of pricey now. But if you're gonna go so heavy with this, I want more Crimson Guardsmen, not just Crimson Viper, Crimson Alley Viper, Crimson whoever else you want to throw in the mix. All those classic Crimson Guardsmen to fortify the ranks. The next thing you know, we're going to see Crimson Cobra Troopers, which is going to take it all the way over for me.
They're gonna crimsonize everything. Everything's gonna be freaking like bathed in red. It's crazy.
Yeah, my Cobra Commander's going to be like, no, blue's the color scheme, gang. So we did get a bunch of name reveals, and they're exciting, and I'm so stoked we're going to get Jinx.
Wow.
Don't have to wait any longer for her.
Finally.
Another addition to the 87 lineup.
Finally.
Yeah.
The what's it called? The Rawhides. Rawhides are finally going to make the full. I think we're pretty much there.
We've still got a few more. We've got Law and Order.
Yeah, Big Lob.
Big Lob. Yeah.
Big Lob, Law and Order. Yeah.
So
I think to do Law and Order proper, he's got to be like 6'5" or something like that. He's got to be a big character. You know what I mean? Like he's got to be tall. Like
Big Lob.
Big Lob, yeah. Big Lob's got to be tall, man.
Yeah, man.
He's got to have that. He's got to have a cool afro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Actually, he didn't have an afro. He had more of
like a Philly.
Yeah, he more a Philly and a tiny bit of a crow's nest. I think that was a
little Gumby deal they had going for him. He was. I was kind of disappointed we never got him in the real American Hero line. It's like, we're gonna have him in the movie and not a figure. But yeah, so Jinx is really cool to get at it. And they mentioned the movie. The movie looks, so I'm assuming we're gonna have different head sculpts for her. So of course the full cowled ninja mask look, and then the mask off with the short hair. So I'm really looking forward to Jinx. And then seeing if she's still allergic to Falcon's bologna.
That was a good line.
It was like, all this stuff's flying over my head, and Kim's like, that was really good. Then we got Torch coming finally. Yeah. So the original 3 Dreadnoks are going to be complete. I was a little bit surprised with this because I just assumed we were going to have a 3-pack with Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch. We see them with their renders and just the name only reveal for Torch. But based on what we saw with Buzzer and Ripper, I think Torch is going to look really great. What do you think?
Yeah, brother. I mean, like, just again, everything was kind of fuzzy. Everything was kind of hard to see. But I love the Dreadnoks. Always love them. Now, for a for like a New York Comic Con, we need Cold Slither. They need to bring out Cold
They'll be
Slither.
joining us soon.
We need Cold Slither, brother. That's what we need.
Then
Oh,
we got
that's cool.
Techno Viper. They showed as part of the fourth member of the fire team, and it'll be really interesting to see which one comes out first, this one or the fire team version. It looked like the one that they showed us is going to be a red and black and not this really cool, sweet purple, light purple attire. So we're going to see a classic one eventually, but not just yet. So stay tuned for that. But I always like this one. And of course, we got the fire team. It's no longer available just for premium members. It's still available, so you can grab this squad. I love this box. That deck on that looks really cool. They've got all the hisses in the background, making everybody feel bad that didn't get them earlier. Let's see. So yeah, this is the whole deal. If you're keeping an eye, they did say that no more Dr. Mindbender in this particular look.
What is with that?
Serpentor.
What is with that? I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous thing to like. I think what they meant is the deluxe pack, right? Because I'm almost 100% sure they're going to bring out a standard version, right? Like a regular pack out.
China release made it sound like they weren't going to give this particular look. Now maybe that means his pants will be magenta on re-release, and this will be like a darker black instead of silver or gray. Maybe they'll do that kind of tweak, but she made it sound like this version of Mindbender we're not going to see, which I think kind of sucks for everybody. I know they did keep pumping out him and Serpentor various times. Surprise! Mindbender, Serpentor back in stock. Go get them. And then people would come back 10 minutes later. They're all sold out again. It's like, well, stay tuned. They're going to have some more.
I think so. I think that maybe they mean that whatever they sell through this time around is going to be pretty much done. But I'm thinking, I'm thinking there's still a chance to get this. I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
You have the fire team. You order them, and Sean Brown has you beat. Hey Jay, I just secured 6 sets of fire team 788 and 2 tripwires. I needed one for mine detection and one for bomb disposal.
Okay, wait a second. I thought it was limited like 2 per customer. How the heck did you do that?
Is it limited?
Is it limited? Because I thought.
Oh, it is limited. So
yeah,
maybe he had 3 friends.
Sean, I don't know what's going on there, man. I'm some sneaky business there. Some sneaky business. I'm not sure if I trust that. I'm not sure if I trust that, Sean. I'm just kidding, brother. I'm
kidding. As many
I don't know. I don't know how you did that, but congratulations. Like that's
show me the money to collect your sets.
That is a good trick.
Yeah. And everybody's buzzing and excited about Mattel, Mutt and Junkyard.
Oh, just crazy.
Old IT guys. So I need to ask the bank for a FOMO loan.
No kidding.
Not the only one.
I was just like between that, the cat's lair, the mortgage has to be you got to remortgage the house, brother. That's what's going on. You got to remortgage that.
Yes, sir. The eels, the Arctic backs, they're all just ridiculously selling out fast. Miguel Gonzalez says this is a 788 Fire Team, a Pulse exclusive. According to their tweet, the Fire Team, the Steel Core, and Tripwire are all Pulse exclusives. So don't get excited. Don't look for them on Entertainment Earth, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, etc. Pulse is the only way to find them. And Joe OC says just pre-order Tripwire, got 2 chuckles, all set to pay for another his tank.
Oh man, you guys got money to burn. Hey, like I don't know how you guys are doing this, but congratulations to you. That's great. You guys are all ballers, man. Holy God, I just can't.
Yeah, I need to start hanging with them. TJ, Mr. McFly, thank you so much for watching our channels. Rob D is like us.
Thank you.
It's been killing my wallet.
I know. It's just crazy.
Yo, I like the tag teams. Should be no issues with hitting the likes or the hot tag. So, patience must learn. Exactly. Empire, greatest all time. Kelly Cox, what's going on? Yes, Future Stinger, VAMP Mark II, so many other stuff. Don't forget your Tiger Force and Python Patrol needs as well. I'm so happy they did that because we're going to see so many versions of this coming out. And I think of all the reveals we got, that was for sure my most exciting reveal. But look, what do you think about this fire team, Jay? And these shots of these guys in action look really great.
I know.
Seeing them doing their damage, the hiss.
I know.
We got multiple hiss tanks in the background on this thing.
Oh my god! Seriously, that. Honestly, I here's the thing. I didn't play with G.I. Joe as much as a kid. I mean, I loved them. My friends had them and everything like that. But as an adult, there's just something primal that you want to do with like building armies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like things that you couldn't do back when you were a kid. And looking at these guys, even that Range Viper, like, oh my god, he looks crazy in black, right? And black and red. Because like I love the blue and gray colors. They were nice. But I gotta tell you, those black and red colors just sick. Just sick.
Yeah, they look like the killer gunner squad. The Cobra Commander's like, finish this. We're out of here. Let's get this thing done. And yeah, they look so insane.
If you want to share this, I brought up a couple of I brought in some color with the with some of the
So there's Ripper, and man, so cool.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
So glad they didn't decide to modernize their hair or anything. It's just classic Dreadnought looks. They got that spike little gauntlet there on the right arm, the dog tags, everything you would want in a classic skewing Ripper.
Absolutely.
And he's got that just excavation device there.
Yeah, the bayonet on the rifle, right? He's got that Bowie knife. Oh my god, that's
man!
Crazy. What the heck is that? What is that? What is that?
Is there a little knife on there too?
I don't know what that is. That's just some sort of that's just some sort of torch device, I think. It's a blaster of some sort, but man, this is exciting. I gotta tell you, this is an exciting time.
And that expression, they also mentioned that he's gonna have something funky with his eye too. So
really?
Glasses come out, So they were saying that we really made sure to put some extra attention there. So maybe he's gonna have a red eye, or maybe it's gonna be like scrap iron, where it's gonna be kind of gouged out. Couldn't imagine with all these sharp edges that they would have any problems with that.
Absolutely. Exactly. Exactly. He's got to be a little careful. And we got Buzzer here too, man. Like,
Buzzer, God. So good.
He looks awesome. You know. Yeah. I was wonder like did Zartan go to what's it called the UK to pick these guys up? And they're in the middle of a swamp. In like Louisiana, as far as I know.
He was all over. So he was part of a biker gang that was international, and Buzzer was this actual respected dude, and he went to go research these guys and got so caught up in the culture that he just joined up with him and became a Dreadnought himself.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at all these tools, man. These are like the tools of mass destruction, in urban warfare. Yeah. He's got two severed what's called circular saw blades attached to a baseball bat. What? Yeah. Tools of mayhem here.
Yeah, man.
How do you
in addition to the chainsaw?
Like a Morning Star is one thing. How do you swing this around without killing yourself? That is ridiculous. What is that? That's like a scythe attached to a chain. Like, why would you do that? Just nuts. And then of course his makeshift chainsaw, which he's known for, just crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these guys are going to be top notch. Like absolutely nuts. But you know what? Everyone was hoping that we'd get him in the HasLab. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be the final tier." Jeff. Everyone was like, "He's gonna be the final tier. He's gonna be the final tier." But Emily made short work of that. Saying that he's gonna be a mainline figure, and true to her word, she made it happen, man. Like General Hawk, like holy crap.
General Hawk is great. I love the gray streaks in his hair, and isn't that older look? And they did 2 different versions of his goggles, which is also really nice. And he's got all kinds of guns. And they said with his inspiration, they want to go with the World War II classic vet look.
Oh yeah,
I think they really nailed it with that head sculpt. He looks like the leader of the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, he's got
first. There's Hawk, then there's Duke, Then me, and then finally, Beachhead, you.
Then you. That was such a that was like a screw you, Beachhead.
Dude.
Know your place
right now. Know your role.
Know your role. I love that episode where Cobra made Shipwreck, Lifeline, and Dial Tone into generals. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
This is absolutely nuts. And they pretty much internally destroyed the G.I. Joe team. Oh my god, that bomber jacket is classic though, eh?
Like, that look for him is just great. I think it's my favorite redesign of any Joe, and maybe tied with Snake Eyes' second look. But Hawk just turned out so great in this attire. He was a little too plain as the original 13 leader of the team, but this really makes him look like, oh, this is what the leader of G.I. Joe looks like.
Absolutely, grizzled, grizzled, a little bit older. You know what I mean? Battle worn, still ready to mix it up.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna need the crew cut version. With the original team look.
That would be crazy.
I'm curious though. I was really wondering if they were gonna go with a blonde hair sculpt for him, or do a swappable hair. So if you wanted blonde, if you wanted brown, you could do that. I kind of like this, but I'm gonna need that blonde look for the original 13 version.
Yeah, you know what? There's still time. I mean, like, I wonder. And here's the thing about Hasbro: they have said that they listen to fans, supposedly. So if that's what we want, we should write in and really tell them, because how hard it could be to get a 2-pay piece. I mean, like they did it with Shooter, they did it with Lady J. So it's possible.
And Baroness now.
You know that. And the Baroness.
And Shipwreck has a different.
Oh, that's right. Shipwreck. That's right. And I love the guns he comes with. Like they look old school. You know what I mean? Like this shotgun type of weapon here. It looks like an old school type of weapon.
No Nerf guns for him.
No Nerf guns. No Nerf guns for nobody. Man. It's absolutely crazy how this all pieces together. Yeah, man. It's exciting stuff all around. Like, holy crap. What other reveals happened today, Jeff?
All right, man. So we got the news that I've been waiting for finally, and I think a lot of you all have been waiting for it too. My wife is my t-shirt supplier. Make sure that I have t-shirts for every occasion. So I didn't ask for anything for our anniversary outside of more t-shirts. So you're gonna see a whole bunch more. She's awesome. But yeah, so we finally got the news. Retro Duke is coming, and I never really hated that original Duke. I thought it was cool for a new 6-inch line, but now we're gonna get fully classic Duke. That's great news. And because of Glenda, we knew this was coming. They also announced that Scarlett's getting a retro figure too, and she needed that way more than Duke. So happy to hear that the Man of Action and Scarlett are gonna both be getting retro figures. I was kind of hoping we'd see another one. My guy Flint there at the bottom, but those two probably needed it more than Flint, who has a Tiger Force figure, and they can't step on that version with the retro one coming that everyone probably really wants. So I get it, understand that. And then they did some more renders, and they talked about more Python Patrol editions. I thought this was funny because there were some audible differences in who was announced versus who got the biggest pops. For the Python Patrols are like polite applause. They weren't like that, yeah. But we're getting Python Patrol Copperhead, and after watching Operation Dragonfire again, I was like, yeah, they did Python. They have already done Copperhead. This Python Patrol is inevitable. So where is it? And we finally got to see what that's going to look like now. Looks like you're pulling up some cool pictures. Did they have one of Copperhead yet?
I'm looking for it. That's I think it was at the front. Give me 1 second.
All right, let's see. Well, you get your souped up, classy, clean version. Yep. Here's one quick version of him, and that's him and his Python Patrol look. I think that's a pretty decent, that Copperhead figure really looks good. And this is him with his full-on Python Patrol look, those crazy eyes going, the big machete, the guns. I mean, it's Python Patrol. Are you going to get this one, Jay?
You know what? I'm not big into the variants, but at this point, I'm all in. You know what I mean? Like I'm all in trying to get these guys. I might actually, I might play the long game with this one, just like you. We'll see if he actually goes on clearance because again, I think a lot of people were in for the original, but he does look awesome. Honestly, he does look really cool.
Yeah. Now, see, the thing is, he's going to be a Target exclusive, like the rest of the Python Patrol and Tiger Force. So, hopefully, you've been able to. Have you been able to get those with no problem?
You know what? Here they're at Toys R Us, and yeah,
Ah, okay.
we have Toys R Us up here, guys. So we're kind of lucky, but we're not lucky because we have to pay the premium, right? But there are avenues of getting it, so you know that's not it's not out of the realm of me actually getting that particular
And
figure.
here's the other Python Patrol reveal that we got today. Is the Python Patrol Cobra Officer, and I'm sorry, this is just the trooper or the officer? Because I feel
It
like,
is the Cobra Officer.
yeah, I think they did the deco for the Cobra Officer with the Cobra Trooper with the Python Patrol. So this is a little bit funky in terms of how they did it, but we're actually getting this one now. And you see, they've actually thrown in both heads for the Cobra Troopers. So we have one with the regular old school mask, and then we've got this more modern one that came with the Assault on Cobra Island Cobra Trooper. So that's really interesting that they decided to go that route. Lots of weapons for them, but what do you think about this one? And then the goggles, of course, to complete that crazy psycho look for the Cobra officer.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't mind him. As I said, I'm not a big variant kind of guy. You know what I mean? I like I like where they're going with these. I really do. But at the same time, I'm gonna play the long game on these ones. Like I said, you know, like these ones are ones I can hold off on. And if it's any indication at my Toys R Us, that like many of those variant versions of like what's it called the Python Patrol officers, the Python Patrol, no, the Python Patrol. I thought it was the officer that was already released. Anyway, the Python Patrol
They
troopers.
did do him, but they did the color scheme of the like the RH version. They switched the color, so it was weird that they did it that way. Because
Got you.
like,
Yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, I'm for me personally, I'll probably play the long game on this one, just because. But you know, do I think he's cool? Yeah, of course. He looks they look freaking awesome. Like all these figures combined. So yeah, I would definitely like to see something along these lines for sure.
yeah, that version of Copperhead is going to pop on the shelf. I'm not quite sure if I need those leaders for Python Patrol. I'm not getting any of Tiger Force, but I have gotten way more of Python Patrol than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
It's
James
it's
is like
it's
Crimson Hiss, which seems to make a lot of sense now with all the stuff we've seen so far.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. Again, but will it be another HasLab or will it be a mainline release? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think?
I think they're going to have to wait a couple years before they bring that Hiss tank back. And I think when they do, it'll probably be more of a Pulse exclusive and not a HasLab because they'll have that under their way at that point. They've sold us on smaller vehicles, maybe more larger vehicles with the HasLab. So then it's like, hey, this exclusive version of the Hiss tank is only exclusive to Pulse, but we're not going to charge you $300 for this one.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, there comes a point where you're kind of like fatigued, right? And you you just gotta understand that people only have so much money to go around. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation, right? Like, oh my gosh, like we're not all of us are not all of us have you know daddy big bucks. You know what I mean? Like it's not as simple as that, kids. You know what I mean? Like, wow. And you know what? It's like these toy companies think that you know what we don't just collect one. We only collect one line.
That's always the thing. It's like, no, I collect Marvel Legends and Star Wars and Transformers and WWE. You guys, I don't know if y'all just need to have one big conference and go, okay, what are you guys putting out? Because my wallet's going no mas. Please, just a little break.
I know exactly.
Still got the holidays coming up, people.
And it's I've always and you know what I think we talked about this before, Jeff. Sometimes I think they should just have a conference. When are you doing your HasLab? Because we're doing a crowdsource project. Because like you know we give some money. You know let everybody kind of do their own thing.
on your channel, you guys should check out the replay if you didn't see it last night. We talked about this battle of the crowd fund where they're just throwing in the Cat Slayer, they're throwing in the ghost, and it's like the survival of the fittest. And we got the Jurassic Park gate, which is not going to be the fittest. It's going to be sitting down. Maximus is going to put the thumbs down, and it's not going to get funded. And then it's going to be, well, the ghost, the Castler, are they both going to get funded, or one or the other? And it definitely looks like the ghost is not going to have any problem whatsoever getting funded.
It did slow down today. I was shocked. I thought by this morning it would have been already fully funded because the pace at which it was going, I was like, God, this thing's gonna fund by tomorrow, right? That's what I was thinking to myself. But then, you know what? It started to slow down. Now they're only about 1,000 away. Sorry, 2,000 away. They're only about 2,000 away. So, you know, it's not crazy. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the next week or so. But you know what? It is interesting how these things tend to play out. Like it's fascinating. Just fascinating.
I'm very curious that the Joe Classified reveals kind of slowed people down. Like, whoa, what's Jack Joe gonna do? I still got 6 fire teams to order. I need to hold on and getting this one just so. Fitness Frank says, good to see these two worlds of collectors collide. Retro Megalyle files.
we got to copyright something here, Jeff.
We got all these tag teams. We're gonna have to start coming out with shirts.
They're making some good ideas here.
Caveman movies and more. Hey, everyone, smash that like button before you leave.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
What? When the what? Crimson Trio? There's all love for this. See, I guess a lot of people are really digging this Crimson Strike team. I'm kind of like, I like the blue on the twins. That's just me. But I definitely want this updated, better version of Baroness.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to bring these back. So, yeah, let's take a look at some of these colors, Jeff. So there's your Copperhead. So, yeah, he's looking good. I do like him. And you know what? I'm wondering though if Mindbender is going to be I don't know if I can't remember if Mindbender ever was in Python Patrol or something like that. But I am curious if they're going to try and do something like that with him.
I think they've wrapped up Python Patrol, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Like this should be all of the members of Python Patrol in the original series.
Look at that! Look at that machete. Was that the way the machete was decoed out in the original pack? Because that thing looks rusty or bloody, or I can't remember anymore. But yeah, man.
So it looks like no, go ahead. The only one we don't have right now is a Televiper, but there's a lot of rumors that we're going to see that in a Trouble Bubble Python Patrol, so they're going to get that covered too.
Yep. Yeah, I do like this guy. I'm all in. I'm all in. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know what? I like the scheme better because a lot of times with the Python Patrol stuff, it's just way too much neon for me. I like this. It's a bit more subdued. You know what I mean? He looks like he could blend in with the environment. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I can get on board with this officer for sure. And I love the head swaps. You know, I love all the little details that they're putting in. It really is something else. Yeah, I'm excited. But you know what's really getting me excited, Jeff?
What's that?
Vehicles, my friend. Vehicles are getting me super excited. You know, like just crazy. And I got to tell you, man, this vehicle got me just like amped up, if you will. Got me amped up because this is crazy, man. Oh, finally,
the best.
Finally,
the best.
Oh my God, this is crazy. Who's the? I can't remember who's the figure.
Which?
It is Switch. Yeah. I keep seeing this head, and I'm like, that's not a brigader, is it?
He's got a lot there. They've got the axe removal, the little fire extinguisher, the shovel. They used to just be on the back. They've got the gas canisters, the wrench. Those machine guns are both removable according to Lenny and Emily, so that's cool. I'm very curious. What's the deal with the stickers? Am I going to have to put them on, or are they going to put them on for me?
Oh, please no. Come on. Just put them on for us. I can't do this apply your own sticker thing anymore. I remember as a kid, that was like my biggest pet peeve. I'd be like, I don't know, even as a kid, I was like, I'd be shaking my hand and trying to get it exactly right, and it never worked, and I was so disappointed. Yeah, this is the one, man. This is the one. That's how this was. He looks amazing. Oh my gosh. Great little set, great little pack out. I'm loving it. It's really really cool. We got I think we got a $2 super chat from Payne's Toy Sample.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Suppose Mutt and Junkyard revealed a booth. Yeah, they were.
It was awesome.
So cool to see them, and they both look great.
They looked incredible. Oh my god, just so much attitude. So much. They looked exactly the way they should. Literally, it's that beautiful melding of cartoon and realistic. I love it. And I was always wondering what the heck this was on top of Mutt's shoulder. I always thought it was a pack of hot dogs or something like that. And it, as a kid, I always thought I was like, hey, he's got snacks. He's got snacks for Junkyard. I always thought that as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. I always thought that. And of course, we finally got the one thing which everybody's been. They really are leaning on the Hiss tank, Jeff. They really are, right? Because I think everyone was expecting this to be included with the Hiss tank, right? But we finally got it in one form or another, and it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap! This is crazy. This is crazy.
So, like I said, this is the Hiss tank colors for which Viper is this again? Techno Viper.
Yeah, the Techno Viper.
There's so many. I have to keep track of them in my head. But yeah, now the interesting part of this is a very easy repaint to go with the G.I. Joe SMS.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they repacked this again with Colonel Hawk. So we get that original 13 version of him. And cool. Yeah, this is a really simple, easy 2-pack here.
I think there's an opportunity for the Joes to have some basic infantry troopers, like they did in the cartoon. Right? I think that would be they haven't done that yet, and they really should. They need more army builders in Joes. And I get it. Joes are all about mainline figures, and but they really do need some army builder characters. I don't know. That's just me. I love the way this looks, like anti-jam, heat seek. I love all that. It's just so crazy. It's like who's spelling this stuff? Why can't you spell? Why
it's the Dreadnoughts? They have them on spell check.
You need to spell. Oh my goodness! Why aren't you spelling correctly? Oh my gosh. Is that like a flamethrower canister? What is that?
I think that's just the backpack for the Techno Viper, and I don't remember what they rocked. We see a 3D Joes can tell me real quickly.
Yeah,
they're awesome about this stuff.
I love the tow hitch. You know what I mean? And I love the wheels. This is definitely gonna hook up to your Hiss tank. This is gonna be so great when it finally comes together.
Oh, man. Absolutely. And let's see here. What is he rocking? Hydraulic clamp is his backpack, but I don't think that's all that we got there. So we'll see. But yeah, and Tony and Ostriker cannot be far behind. We need that like immediately. Absolutely. Now that they've thrown this out here, and the Vamp is going to be bigger than the Ostriker anyway. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Polar Battle Bear. Every small vehicle now. So the Skyhawk.
Yep.
The sky is the limit now in terms of what we're going to see, what we're going to get from these vehicles. Because if they go, hey, we don't need to put the Vamp behind the HasLab paywall. And I know we've been talking about this a long time. It was like, that wouldn't make sense because they've got the Mark II, they've got the Stinger. And they even mentioned there's some other uses for this Vamp. So we're going to see this later. So they basically said, stay tuned. We're going to have all these versions of the Vamp. But I'm so glad we got Clutch now.
I'm waiting for the Fang. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for all these smaller vehicles, right? Like Snow Job's snowmobile. I'm waiting for all these little vehicles that can actually, make a difference and really build out that world, right? Because they were on an Arctic trip for a little bit. You know what I mean? They had the Arctic Bats, they had Snow Job, they had
and we only have Snow Job.
No, but they had the Arctic Commanders, right? The Timber and Snake Eyes, right?
Oh yeah.
They were on some sort of snow trip, man. They were doing some crazy stuff for a while, right? So I would love to see them. But I'm super excited to see vehicles in G.I. Joe again. This is good. This is a good move, right? For the next HasLab though, I really would consider the Havoc being the easier one than anything else, because I'll be honest with you. Well, actually, now it would have to be a Cobra vehicle, right?
We got to get the Thunder Machine. That's
okay.
Maybe that's something they could throw on the retail now. That's going to be a little bit longer than the Vamp, but it doesn't need to have as many bells and whistles. So
McFarlane changed the game, right? McFarlane changed the game. McFarlane came in and basically said, "Hold my beer," Hasbro, hold my beer, right? And basically he comes, boom, we got Batmobile, boom, we got Batmobile. What you got, right? And here comes Hasbro finally, like, all right, fine, we'll give you a Jeep.
There you go. Relax, guys.
Usual Mike in the house. What's going on, Mike? All the way from Australia. What time was it? 8:42 a.m. in the morning?
42.
Holy cow, Mike. You're up early today.
I will not be up at 8:42 tomorrow. No ghost, just his Dragonfly. Considering cast there. Javier is making a serious, strong move on that one.
Oh, Javier. We're in the same boat, my friend. We are in the same boat.
That flail axe is one of my favorite accessories from the original line. Yeah, and he is going to be swinging it. The Dreadnoughts cannot hang too closely together in any fight situation. They need to separate and have like 12 feet apart from each other because they've got some wild weapons coming in play. And James says Buzz has been playing Dead Island or something.
Oh, man. I love it.
Anyone doing a checklist of all the Joes made so far? Yeah, they've got several visual checklists. Like I said before, it's really hard to do it because if you try to do it in order, you're going to mix and match the waves. So then it's like, well, do them in the wave setup or just do them numerically how they're doing it. So, yeah, there's lots of people doing them. So I'll try to find some and post them on there later on. I'm curious what characters are left. So many more.
So many.
I mean, there's like still half the original 13 left.
Yeah.
The second series, we just need. I mean, they've announced them, but we still have to see Doc and Airborne, and then Ace is the only one from that second series of Joes that hadn't gotten knocked out yet. But there's still a ton. Blowtorch.
Yep.
I was hoping we'd hear some news on Alpine. Didn't hear anything on him today. Footloose, Airtight. Blowtorch. Who's left? We saw Mutt and Junkyard, which is great.
Oh my God, there's so many. It's just really, and then of course the variants, which they're gonna keep pumping those out like crazy.
You know what I mean?
I think there's still a ton of Vipers that could be made. I mean, like they just keep making Vipers. It's crazy. And then you got the specialized teams. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. We talked about Big Lob. We talked about Law and Order. We talked about. There's just so many of them out there. And then. It's not as popular as anything else, but a lot of people do love Cobra Law, right? If we start getting into Cobra Law, it's gonna that's just gonna bleed into everything else. Like oh my gosh, it's crazy. I need before the line ends, we need a Nemesis Enforcer, and he has to be called Nemesis Enforcer. I'm sorry, we need that guy to go up against.
They can't call him anything else.
No, you know what? They had to change his name once, right? Like at one point, they actually had like Nemesis Deceiver or something like that.
Maybe they're going to call him Ron Nemesis Enforcer Jenkins, and that way we can still work him in the way that he needs to be in here. Honeybeard the Barbarian, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hawk does look amazing. A lot of love for Hawk right now.
Absolutely.
I'm glad it's classic Hawk. Looks awesome. You didn't want the jetpack version of Hawk, and the retros is about time, honestly. Jace, what's up, bro? Shot. That Hawk looks great. Speaking moistly, General Hawk looks like he's about to slap the taste out of your mouth. At ease, soldier. Yeah. Angels Quest. Hey, all. I have my pre-orders for Classified. Congratulations. This is awesome. Hawk reminds me of Ben Affleck. I kind of see that golden arms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
He was initially called Colonel Hawk because he was not the super superior member of G.I. Joe. I think it took him way back till 53 before he was appointed the official general. I mean, it was actually 33. But anyway, it took him a while before he was standalone because he reported to General Flagg through issue 19. I won't spoil what happens in issue 19, but yeah, there were lots of other generals who were in charge of the Joe team that he had to report to. And when he finally got his bomber jacket, so it was like issue 33. Then he got to do that. And the original 13 Joes were all upset because they got retired, but they kept staying in action. So
Oh man, you had your chance. You had your chance. You wanted to serve your country. You had your chance.
Right. Do a polo on Hawk's hair. I think that's something they could do. I would be fine with them doing swappable hair pieces though, because I
Yeah,
like
no,
both versions of it.
I'm all for it. I mean, the fact that they showed that it could work, it just leads credence to the idea that they should be doing it. I mean, like uh, again, if you want a buzz cut hawk, you want a hawk who looks a little bit more like this, like the one they just gave us. I mean, it all works in my opinion. I mean, like I really like the way this one looks, but yeah, definitely if we could get a buzzsaw hawk, 100%, or a blonde hawk, we could definitely do all those. But Jeffrey, you know they're gonna save that for another variant somewhere down the line, right? He's gonna have to be re-released as a younger hawk. It's gonna be crazy.
And I'm going to buy it, so I'm not too upset about that. They're gonna do it, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you guys," but I'm still gonna grab it.
You're gonna play the long game on that one. You're gonna
No, they may get me on these original Joes. I have a real soft spot for them in terms of which ones I've got to get faster than some of these others. But this is the Colonel Hawk look. So you see how easy that is to kind of switch it up. I mean, he could still look older or whatever. But that's Colonel Hawk. That's what I think of right away when I think of Hawk's different looks throughout the years of G.I. Joe. And then the comic book, they decided, hey, let's do a little something different, kind of makes sense of this blonde, even though the toy version has him with brown hair. So no crew cut. He's got this look, and there he goes. And yeah, I want that version. So I do guess I'm going to have to buy 2 versions of General Hawk and Colonel Hawk when we get them. Cold Slither.
Oh, Cold Slither. Telling you. See? Jabbar and I, we're on the same train, bro. And it's not that hard. Like, you can just like put soft goods on top of them, right? Like there are ways to do it, but if you want to go full ham, you gotta go the full Cold Slither, new attire, new this. It would have to be like a Pulse, sorry, an SDCC exclusive, but it would be amazing. Just get them in one full set, with and. I hate to say it, but you'd have to have at least maybe not the drum set. Maybe the drum set could be something else.
The whole deal. Now you can do it this way. You can just make the box, the package, like the stands.
Yeah,
pop up stands.
They could do a stand.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be real. It can just be cardboard, really thick cardboard, and then bam. And then it's got to have a sound chip because you got to play the song. I mean, you just can't do it without.
So cool. Yeah, just like with the Jurassic Park sets and things like that. Yeah, just make the cardboard. Just make it a whole thing, right? But it would be pricey, but who cares? People will sell like that. And what will be even better? You put Cover Girl, Lady J, and Scarlet as the groupies, right? Yeah, and you make them do that. That was
gotta get a little like sister in there too.
It was so cool. Go, Mace, we got fans. It was so cool.
We gotta have disguised Zorana too. So she's got the dress and she can take it off and put it on the thrasher.
Yeah. I thought you were in charge. No. This lowly sergeant can tell me where to go.
They should split the difference and give Hawk frosted tips like a Backstreet Boy. No, James, it's going too far. I gotta have my Hawk classic. I can't have Quick Kick and Alpine Clown in them.
Oh my god.
Oh, Toy Bounty Hunter had a great day. All these great reveals and my scrap iron arrived 5 minutes ago. And Derek Holland is saying, with the SMS reveal, they can do the missiles that came with Hawk in the original 13, 100%. Yep. Yes, sir. James, I'm with you. I will always dislike Duke because the original team leader was Stalker. I love that a POC is team lead in 1981. So in the comic book, Larry Hama always had it was Hawk or Stalker, and Stalker was basically leading the team on more missions than Hawk early on, and right through the whole run, he kept Stalker as a prominent character. I mean, Duke was kind of there, but it was basically Stalker was in charge anytime Hawk wasn't around, and then Duke was in charge anytime Stalker wasn't around. So I'm always a big fan of Stalker. I was really happy they made him, and they still got a couple more versions of him that I would buy in figure form too. I need that kayak version, the kayak frozen tundra version of Stalker. So I always thought that was a weird switch for him, but I'm all for it and definitely grab it. Oh, Ryan says Paul Harding sculpted retro Scarlet and Jinx. That's exciting. I love his work on the line. He said he worked on Scarlet before they decided on Glinda. Interesting. I feel like Paul Harding is really opening the curtain, pulling it back, and going, "Hey guys, here's all these secrets," and he's fun to follow because he will tell us all this stuff. And it's like, hey, yes. Robin is collecting. Do you have to watch G.I. Joe to enjoy the figures? No. If you enjoy the figures, enjoy the figures. I mean, they're really great figures, but I think if you watch the cartoon, if you read the comic book, your love of these figures is going to be enhanced even more. But you absolutely don't have to. I mean, people love the Valverse figures. There's not like a cartoon show for them. So, yeah. I mean, I think if you start watching the cartoon, you'll be like, ooh, I got 20 more characters I want to add to my wish list. But I think these figures stand out really well for themselves. And Mark says, follow the money. Baroness is smart, teaming with the twins. That shows the Lord of the Castle.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem. When you're a kid, you just don't think about certain things the way like you watch Shrek, okay, and you watch like Toy Story, and you watch some of these movies where obviously they're made for kids, but because they don't want the parents to get bored, they just dart in little things, little jokes, and you're like, did he just say that? Like, what the hell did he just say that? Like, and the parents are laughing their ass off, and the kids are like, "Mommy, what was that?" And he's like, don't worry, just go back, watch your show, right?
Don't you worry about that,
man. Like, and you're looking at this it's like, wow, twins and the Baroness, what's going on? It's like, just let it happen. Just let it happen. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's no funny business here. No funny business.
It's all about business. Strictly business.
Strictly business.
Oh, darling Destro. Robert's Infinite Realm says, Retro Scarlet got me some excitement. Please have the ponytail not based off original figure. Well, I mean, they could just do a separate head sculpt. I mean, they have no problem doing alternate head sculpts for figures as needed. I think that would be really cool to have the old short-haired version of her. Hopefully she looks better short hair than CoverGirl. But I think there's an option for them to do both, and that would really work. I am also so excited for the Dreadnoks. Christopher Vose has a question for you, Jay. Do you know of any workaround for Canadians to get a selfie series head sculpt?
Okay, not that I would ever care to ever get a hair sculpt because problems. But not only that, I feel like if I needed an effigy of myself, it would actually have to, I would actually lose some weight or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But seriously, no. Unfortunately, I know friends who have tried. Take a vacation. And I'm actually being very serious. Take a vacation, all right, or just I don't know where you are. If you're in Ontario and you're close to the border, literally, and I do mean this literally, just take a vacation, like cross the border for a day. Download the app in America, like at a I don't know, at a McDonald's or something like that, where they have free Wi-Fi. No, I'm serious, and just like get it done, right? That to me is the only way to get that done. I'm sorry, but that's just the thing. It has to be a US provided IP, and I don't think you could possibly try a what are those things called, Jeff? Oh God, they keep advertising them. Those site to site IP block. What the hell are they called? Oh gosh, what are they called? Like
maybe advertising it different up there.
VMP?
The VPN?
Yeah, VPNs. Yeah.
Oh,
you could try a VPN. I think that would probably be your only thing. The other problem I think is that no, try. You know what? Try a VPN. I would say VPN is your best bet. Try a VPN. Now, of course, for a really good VPN, you got to pay for the service, right? But other than that, I would try the VPN. I think you got a super chat there, Jeff.
We do. LMAO, Gold Digger Baroness. She takes his money. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm really upset about Baroness in this whole situation. She's a Baroness. It's not like anybody from Cobra is suffering for money. Pepper's
She's
Artent. It's got to fund
oh
these
my
dreadnoughts.
god, she's a spy. She was doing work before Zerana was doing work. Like
Right.
that's just the way that
She's
is.
got tenure.
She's she's been going around. She knows how to. She's got men wrapped around the little finger. Like you think that comes easy? No, man. She does the deed.
She
She does
does
the
have the
deed.
perfume, and she didn't, she didn't
Oh
get put in that
man,
much work.
she does
Just
that.
a little
Yeah,
dabble.
yeah. She used the psychotropic stuff to get them to think that they're doing that. You know what I mean? But
The Cobra.
oh, yes, exactly. That
Yes.
little vial. You got it. You see,
Yeah.
Jeff knows what he's talking about. Jeff
Way too many times watching that cartoon.
Jeff,
I'll make a blue hiss in 2026 or then abouts. No electronics, fewer accessories, either on Hasbro Pulse or maybe even a Target exclusive. Whew.
You know what? I can believe that. I can believe that they'll just make they'll reissue it as a shell, right? No weapons, right? Just no figures either. It'll just be the tank itself, and it'll feel actually kind of cheaper. You know what I mean? Like they'll make it thinner. The treads don't rotate. Maybe they'll just fuse the treads, right? It'll just be a brick, right? I think you got something there.
Toss it, people. Shoji C says, why is the Python Patrol stuff beginning to peg warm in my local stores? Is it the price hikes? I think space is probably a key at this point, because when they introduced Python Patrol and Tiger Force, the line had kind of started to lose a little bit of steam. So they were like, let's revitalize it. Let's take some Cobra vehicles, make them G.I. Joe and vice versa. Mm-hmm. With Classified series, there's still so many characters, including Sci-Fi, Quick Draw, Flash. There's still Alpine, Hardball, Charball, a ton of characters. And I think people are like, yeah, my shelf space is kind of limited. I can't go into these random Cobra squads, Joe squads. I'll wait to see how far you're going to go with the line. And then if I'm interested, I'll get them. And that's why I waited till they were on clearance. I didn't have to have them, but you're giving away G.I. Joe figures for $10. I'll sign up and grab them.
Yep.
But I think that's the real issue. What do you think, Jay?
Well, there's also the idea, like for me, for example, I'm not in on the variants, right? And I think the real problem is they've been on this army building trip for a while, right? Like they've really been pushing it, particularly now. And now you're actually seeing for the first time ever army building packs, whether they be Viper packs, whether they be what's it called? Iron Brigade, Iron.
Valkyries,
exactly. The Valkyries, all these packs, right? They're really starting to push on that. And the real problem is that at least when you get a partner like Target or something like that, all these like Python Patrol and Viper Island and stuff like that, all of a sudden you're like, okay, we need to make like after. Sorry, I think it started after they did the Viper Island and thought these aren't really like we're going to do Target exclusives and nobody going to want them, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted them. So you know the way corporations work. They're like, oh my god, this thing's a huge seller. All right, let's double down on this. Let's just start like printing all of these things. Like for like we'll just start pressing all of them like 2,000, 7,000, 10,000, right? And I think that's the problem. And the problem is that guys like me who aren't really 100% invested in the specialized teams, all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I think I only need one or two sets of the Python Patrol officers, and I think I only need one or two sets of the Crimson Bats or the Python Patrol Bats. I'm good, right? Whereas they were expecting you to buy 5, 6, 7, different variations of these guys, and I think that most people are just waiting for mainline. I think everyone wants to see all the figures that we've seen today. I think everyone's really excited about that, and now they're starting to reorganize their strategy. At the same time, I do believe that we're all having trouble now. You know what I mean? Gas is up, transportation is up. Just the heat, your mortgage rates, the lending rate is up. Everything is up, right? So now all of a sudden, Jeff is playing the game that's right. You got to wait till you got $5, $10 Joes, and all of a sudden, everybody's going in on them. But up until that point, I think everyone's like, yeah, I think I want to eat tonight. You know what I mean? Like
it would be better.
That pasta is looking pretty good. I mean, I like that. I like that Scarlet, but that pasta is looking pretty good.
And I think the pandemic kind of helped get people going, I need to buy this figure right now. I mean, because when the Cobra Island line hit, it was, hey, I need to camp out at this Target when it opens to get Firefly. And they really kind of botched making the Cobra Troopers army builders exclusive to Target because there was only so many they were. This is long before they were just sending straight pack case outs of one character. So it's like, oh, here's the one Cobra Trooper in this set. It's like, what am I going to do with one Cobra Trooper? I think it would really help them to just kind of do a 3-pack of standard bats, Cobra Troopers, Crimson Guardsmen. No funny business of a Python Patrol, Echo Warriors. Just here, there's an army builder. I think those would sell faster, and they could still have people invested who want to army build and have 40 of these different army builders.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and it makes the most sense. But just like anything else, corporations, the way the corporate industry, the corporate machine works, it's not the way we would work. You know, the way they think is not the way we would think. It's a weird. You know, the too many cooks that spoil the soup. It just really is that way. Hey, Chaz the Guru's in the house. Good to see you.
Jeff and Mega J, superpowers unite. Are we supposed to do form of?
No. We gotta go. We gotta go like fusion.
Happy Comic Con Saturday, gents. Happy Saturday to you too, Lefty Two Lions BK. Sean Brown says, I think franchise fatigue is what killed the sideshow G.I. Joe line. They produced too many ninja variants, I'm with you, and not enough original characters, and I think the fans lost interest. That line went on for so long. I kind of think a lot of us who were around from the beginning are like, G.I. Joe was really popular from 82 to 89, but it lasted so much longer. It's just they started doing these wacky variants. Here's the DF group. Here's more additions to Night Force. I'm like, they're G.I. Joes. I bet they can figure out not to send Blowtorch on a night mission. We're okay with that. And Tiger Force, okay, we need them in orange and brown for them to go on this mission. I never understood that because I'm like, they're the highly trained special mission force. I think they can work in different environments. I mean, they were sending out Snow Job and there's no snow. They can figure this thing out. And you know, I'm with you. They needed more original characters. That's why it was so cool to see them bringing in newer characters like Helix to this line already. Yep. And I have a list of other Joes. Where's this list of other Joes that they could still do? This is the short form version of it, but I'm working on this for another episode. But there's still Spy Troops, Valor versus Venom characters who are really great designs who would translate really well to Classified series because it's still so wide open. And the team is like, well, we could introduce these characters. There's no problem with that. Larry Hama's still doing new characters in the comic right now. That's coming out from Skybound. So lots of opportunities. And I think just so long as they don't get too heavy, too much into, we've already done this character. How many repaints can we get out of them? I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, but you're asking for the impossible, Joe. Like seriously, how many repaints?
I would have asked for the impossible. I just asked for them to be sensible.
We can make 20 of these. We can make 30 of these. We can make as many as we want. Like that's the corporate mentality, my friend. It is the solution. This is the solution to our problem. We make more. We make more.
Jay's got a shot of Helix here for you, so you can see what Agent Helix looks like. It's a really cool original character that they added in kind of later. She's got a great look. I mean, you see that hair. She's got two tones going. She's got swords. I mean, she's kind of a spam weapons character. And I'm really glad to see her vintage guns and vintage because she was a newer character. Got replicated for this one. She's got some knife blades. I don't know how she's swinging knife blades on her wrist, holding katanas, and has a machete too. I think they went a little overboard trying to make her cool, but I don't tend to use those edge weapons for her. I like those guns, and I think that works pretty well for a character like Helix. But nice to have options for her.
Absolutely, she's definitely a welcome addition to the side. I mean, to the is she a Joe? She's
she's a Joe. She came out when they were doing the original G.I. Joe, the Rise of Cobra. For anybody who wants to keep that in their memory banks, but they included her as just like a new character, just kind of slip in as a hey, here's another addition to the line. And she was a standout because people largely disliked the movie, the Super Troopers version, but Helix kind of was cool and like a nice addition for it. And I'm like, hey, this is a good figure. And then Larry Hama brought her into the series, which of course is like the gold seal of approval for any characters. Like, oh man, this toy character got worked into this realm of it is he hadn't introduced characters like Barrel Roll into it, and poor Lieutenant Agent Faces didn't make the cut either. So they're characters that just didn't quite get in there. I was trying to see if I could find Helix so I could show you the card art for her. But she had really great weapons, and they really mapped her out with everything. So I was like, okay, I can get this figure and go on to, there we go, yojoe.com, the other great resource for G.I. Joes all over. So you can see what she looks like here, and a very interesting look for her. And she's got a ton of wild and wacky weapons. And I guess they didn't include that mega cable gun for her, but you can see they've got the other ones there included. I'm trying to see, this is, yeah, so they snuck her in with this Rise of Cobra line. And I don't even know how she stands with a gun with a missile attack that's taller than her. But I like the really cool gray hair. Kind of fits in. I mean, her whole outfit gives her a different look than a lot of the Joes. And who is this? Her file card reads, Agent Helix is a covert operations officer with advanced martial arts training, expert marksmanship, an Olympic-class gymnast. Her distinctive whirlwind attack is an overwhelming combination of kicks and firepower.
Yeah.
So she's got dual...
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I like her new look. If we want to go back to it, it's actually a mix of what was on the original figure, and at the same time just modernized to a very interesting degree. What, like, are these like those double ammo packs? Like, these things are gigantic.
They're apparently mini pistols, I think is what they call them.
Really? Like they're fully automatics, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine they're fully automatics because the actual number of rounds in here, it's like, you know,
it's like a John Woo dream.
And then these things are crazy. They're like Guyver, or they're like Guyver swords. You know what I mean? Like, she attaches them to her wrist, and they're like, they're you know, like kind of like better than Wolverine kind of stuff. It's like,
she does have a yellow and gray color scheme, so maybe that's not coincidental.
No. Yeah, not, but like, oh yeah. You know, I didn't think that. Again, interesting camouflage technique, especially for like you know, Wolverine style.
She's not part of Night Force.
I know. And that's a mini backpack. It's hard to see. It didn't really come across very well. And then of course she's got those wonderful katana swords. Yeah, overall she's a great character, and you know, super happy to get one of those deeper cuts into the line, right?
Yeah,
and then
she's a newer one too.
Yeah, and then. We got ourselves a riot officer here. Which I couldn't even. Which figure was this again?
This is Shockwave. He was around back in maybe think he's an '89 character, and really cool look. And apparently there are some issues with maybe not having him around at some point, but he's here, and yeah, he was part of '89, and really cool character.
Yeah. Like he reminds me of urban pacification, or
that's his whole deal. So like, this is his vintage look.
Oh yeah,
and so you can kind of see exactly how he looks here.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if he came with the shield. He didn't, so they really added a nice feature to him with this. And you see he's got the Cobras that he's X'd out on the shield too.
Yeah, Shelf Present says he came out with the Alley Vipers. Wow, that you know what, that would make sense, because the Alley Vipers were more or less, they look to me, the Alley Vipers look like urban pacification as well, like just on a more like extreme side, right? But yeah, I mean, both their color schemes really lend themselves well to each other. These are the blue ones, and the other ones are the orange ones. So yeah, awesome stuff. Like these guys look great. Yeah, and these are all like. Any indication of where these ones are being released? Are these all going to be mainline, or are these
They didn't say anything on them, but I assume they're going to be mainline. So I don't think we'll have any problem with that. I like the touches that make him a little bit different, because I felt like the original version was kind of like, hey, here's a repainted beachhead.
A little bland, a little lacking in some of the.
This is cool. I really like that riot shield.
The riot shield is right. It's actually more of a traditional riot shield, and. Yeah, I think he was the counter to the Alley Vipers, wouldn't he have been? Like,
yeah, let me see. I'm trying to remember what his original.
He's a Joe, isn't he, or is he not a Joe?
Oh yeah, he's a SWAT specialist.
Yeah. So you can see the number of Cobras he's taken down, right? So yeah, I think he would definitely be the ultimate counter to the Alley Vipers. They both got big shields. You know what I mean? They can both just take as much punishment as possible. So this guy looks great. I like. I wish, although, and I'm not trying to make a bigger deal out of this, but I do wish that they had the head sculpt, like a removable mask or something like that, because I don't know. I just like to see a little bit more character with some of the Joes. You know what I mean? Like I'd like to learn a little bit more about them. But yeah,
I don't know if they ever showed him without his mask, even in the comic book. So they're keeping the mystique with him going. But
kind of like Beachhead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that original figure was a repaint of Beachhead, but yeah,
All
I
right.
think it works really well for him.
I'll let him pass. Sure. Whatever.
So we're getting some price estimations on the VAMP now. Like 100, 120.
No. That I mean, like, I can't, like, what the RAM cycle was what 50. The RAM cycle was like,
people bought it. Yeah, because I think maybe it was just 40, because at that point
Yeah.
the figures were 20 a piece. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
I
like paying for a
think it
second.
was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was around $40 US. Here it was like, here was closer to like 60, but that's because of the exchange rate, right? So I don't know. I'm thinking 80 myself, like the sweet spot. You know what I mean? Because they really got to look at how McFarlane. They should think about how McFarlane did it. You know what I mean? Because the VAMP is nowhere near as big as the Batmobile, right? Now, granted, the Batmobile is literally just a shell, right? This one is a little bit more tight. There's a little bit more compact. There's a few more accessories. You know, actually, you know what, Jeff? I'm going to get on my high horse here right now. Why can't we have any weapons with Batman? Like, why can't we have any weapons with any of the DC figures? What is going on with that? What's happening with that situation?
Because Warner Brothers, being the bastions of virtue that they are, decided there's a ban on guns. So we'll make a figure of Harley Quinn of psychotic killers in Batman's rogue gallery, and just assume these kids don't read them. They just watch the cartoons and don't have any knowledge of what they're doing in the comic books. So if they gave them guns, these impressionable kids who have to worry about stuff anyway on the real lives would be so tainted that they can't play with their figures. So I don't understand the whole point, but McFarlane at least has found a workaround. Hey guys, here's a weapons accessory pack. So if you wanted to use them for all of my lines, here you go.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, no, and that's exactly my problem, right? Here's the reality, and I had a not an argument with this. I had a discussion with someone like this. What kid has $23 to spend on an action figure? These aren't. By now, we got to realize that these are marketed towards adults. You know what I mean, or at least both, right? So again, McFarlane's smart. He's a very smart cookie. He releases the Spawn weapons packs. You know what I mean? But as much as I know Bruce Wayne doesn't actually use guns, I need those guns on the Batmobile. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, give us something. Like, be honest. And in the movie, he was shooting people up with a Batwing. You know what I mean? Come on, it's getting ridiculous.
You're not supposed to pay attention to what they do in the movies. You're just supposed to buy them based off the movie look. I mean, if they're making toys out of that movie, it's like, did you guys watch the movie before you approved these toys? Because there was all kinds of wholesale slaughter and death and mayhem and broken necks. I mean, come on. In that case, do we need the Zod figure? Shoji asked, will they do the tan version with tan clutch? I would assume so. Yeah. And don't be surprised when that comes out like next year, because they've got this coming, and they've already said we're going to get the VAMP 2.
The tan one looks so good. You know what I mean? Like, I love the way the color scheme on that one looks. It was a really good variant. Mm-hmm. What's it called? I was trying to get it the other day. You know that with Clutch and this Jeep that came out, it's only a matter of time before Cobra gets there. What was it called again? Yeah, the Stinger. That's right, the Stinger. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we get the Stinger. So a lot of cool things coming on the pipeline. I mean, this is a lot of fun.
Let me pull that up real fast, because I mean, Cobra had so many great vehicles anyway, and it was like, oh, okay, and this is basically just their take on the Cobra the Cobra, the VAMP 2, and it's right there, missiles on top to launch and go after your dragonflies. It's right there, and just a cool looking vehicle, and it's got a vehicle driver too, so that makes it really easy. If I can find the Stinger driver, of course now. Oh, there he goes, and he's just a basic Cobra Trooper, so you don't have to do anything else. Just a quick and easy repaint of him, and you're all set. So I think that would be a really easy, simple version for them to do. What do you think? You're gonna get all these different versions of the VAMP?
Honestly, it really depends. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just one of them things that, you know, we all of us only have so much money to go around. If they start numbering these stupid things, though, I think I'm gonna just you freaking assholes. like seriously, I just don't like it when they start numbering everything. It's just, you know, it's that neuroticism in me that just starts kicking in. Like, God damn it, why? And then of course, you know, the AWEs is probably on the, like, you know, being planned as well. You know what I mean? There's just so many. This opens up the avenue for so many different things, right? So crazy stuff.
The Jerry Bear's going, I'm guessing 99. You guys, I feel like you're being real optimistic.
Yeah, I can't see that. Like I really can't. Like that's. I mean, I'm probably being very optimistic too, but I'm thinking $80. I'm hoping. I guess I should say I'm hoping for $80.
Well, there's the price tag of the Trouble Bubble.
I know.
That's 55.
I know.
So I feel like maybe 125, 150 might be more where they go with the VAMP.
I hear you, but remember, this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, right? Mm-hmm. So if the VAMP goes to mainline, okay, it'll drop, maybe even considerably, because they saw it worked. They saw that it worked with the Batmobile. They saw that it worked with. Well, it didn't really work with the Batmobile, but that thing was just like, that was just misplanned.
Who wanted that?
That was just a. Why did you even do that, Todd? Like, it's crazy.
My girl's going at least 129. I think that's probably more of what it's going to be. Shelf Presence goes, why do so many of the Joes have shotguns? Seriously, those shotguns for everybody beside Flint just go into the spare parts, spare weapons bin. They go to my McFarlane DC figures. But that's exactly. My only one that has.
Exactly. They get repurposed.
Yes.
That's the way that works.
I'm planning all the overtime I'm about to work to pay for all this.
You and all of us, brother. You and all of us.
So let's see. Who else do we not talk about? Because I feel like there's still some that we missed on all these reveals, and it was just such a crazy.
Believe it or not, I think we're pretty much there. I think that let me just double check. I'll double check. I'll tell you exactly if there's anything missing. I think it was just the name reveals that are the only ones missing at this point. You already talked about Jinx. You talked about Torch, and the SMS and Techno Viper, right? Right. No, that's not a name only reveal. Retro Duke. Scarlet,
and Scarlet's coming,
and then the VAMP and the VAMP in the clutch.
Gosh, that was so fast.
Yeah. Like it's and you know what? It's funny because they said that those are name only reveals, but they ended up showing the VAMP in the clutch. Is like, did you guys miss the memo? Like, what are you doing here? I guess they just said surprise. That's what we got for you guys.
Jay, I know you mentioned you're going to have to wrap up soon, but before you go, do you want to tell everybody about how they can find you, my friend?
Oh, thank you. Of course. Guys, thank you for being here this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure. As always, you guys are the best. You can always reach me on Mega J Retro, as always, but, I really want to thank Jeffrey here at Lyes Figure Files. Guys, definitely subscribe to Lyes Figure Files. Amazing channel, amazing content creator. Love his deep dives and insights into a lot of Marvel figures and a lot of G.I. Joes. It's been an absolute pleasure always spending some time with Jeff, and definitely subscribe to this man. He's an amazing resource for just pick his brain. His brain is full of wonderful information, and you'd be surprised what you get out of him. Guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'm just working on a few things. I think the latest thing I'm going to be working on is, I'm on this crowdsource kick right now, and I just want to do this whole episode on whether or not corporations should actually be involved in crowdsourcing, what a lot of people's opinions are based on that. Because I've gotten the spectrum from the left and the right in terms of, and not not politically. I'm talking about the left side of, should they, on the right side of the shouldn't they, right? And it's actually very fascinating how these things play out. And we, Jeff, we spent a good hour talking about that.
Yeah,
it was crazy. So really great insights, really great stuff. So yeah, guys, if you want, check out Mega J Retro on YouTube. You can check me out on Twitter. I'm gonna start doing more streams on Twitter. I'm experimenting with it a little bit. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And guys, thanks for being here tonight. And definitely check out Lyes Figure Files. You're not going to regret it.
All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching and participating in the chat with us. As always, check out Jay. Make sure to subscribe. As always, thank you for watching and tuning in. This episode of Lyes Figure Files